Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. We are excited because we have a very special guest with us, Ms. Divya Gokulnath, co-founder of BYJU'S, one of India's most impactful edtech ventures. She's an educator, an entrepreneur, and an inspiring leader who has transformed how millions of students learn. We are truly honored to have her here for our YC session today. And before we welcome her, let's view a short intro of her.
Hi everyone, super excited to be here today. So, where do I start? Okay, let me start by telling you something absolutely amazing. The billion-dollar startups of the next decade are not even born yet. You know why? Because you're going to build them. And here's the crazy part. For the first time ever, you, my dear students, you have the same knowledge power as the smartest adults on the planet. Thanks to AI, you and Steve Jobs now effectively have the same assistant. That's the world you're about to build in, which is why talking to all of you today, it's so absolutely exciting. You're not just students, you're the next wave of makers, builders, and problem solvers. And that's very, very important. Okay, so firstly, my dearest students, happy Children's Day. I shouldn't forget that. As a mother of three very, very inquisitive children just like you, I hope that every day, every year is Children's Day. In fact, I know it's so because every time I see young people like you question the world, challenge your limits, dream fearlessly, hope endlessly, I'm reminded that childhood is a spirit we should protect. You're the heartbeat of our country. You're the ones who are going to imagine the future long before any of us can even see it. And today, I want to speak to you not just as an entrepreneur, not just as a teacher, who I am to many of you, but as someone who deeply believes in your potential to build a great life for yourself, for your family, for our country, for the entire world. You're so lucky to be growing up in an era where something as magical as ChatGPT exists. It's a technology that feels almost like having a wise, friendly friend, always ready to help you think, help you explore, help you imagine. Indeed, we are living in the brave new world of AI, right? Artificial intelligence. And isn't that wonderful? The stuff we once watched in science fiction movies, it's no longer fiction. It's happening right now, right in your hands, before your eyes. Machines talk back, they understand you, they inspire you, sometimes even surprise us. This is a generation where intelligence of the entire world is available to you as a companion, as a collaborator. Knowledge comes to you the minute you reach out for it. It's available at your fingertips. It's never happened before. And that's what makes your journey ahead so much more exciting than the world has ever seen before. There's so many questions that we, parents, teachers, we all face those questions these days. And we are also overwhelmed. Questions that we always don't have an answer to. Because the world that you are growing up into is changing faster than anything we have ever seen growing up. And some of the smartest people in technology, the ones who help build all those cool AI tools from Canva to ChatGPT to everything. And we're all wondering, what are the skills which are important for the future? Is it something entirely new? Is it creative skills? Is it technical skills? Some experts even joke that children should simply learn how to just be more human in this new age, because that's one quality no machine can ever possess. Others wonder whether you might need to memorize too many facts. Do you even need to? Because information now just flows to you like magic. I, for one, am really, really happy that now mugging up is almost finally over. All the traditional paths comprising of all the exams, endless exams, countless classes, it may not matter as much as they once actually did. because when knowledge is everywhere, what really matters is how you think, how you feel, and how you treat others. Most important. But yes, you still have to write your board exams. A lot of people ask me, what's your biggest superpower? It's not my intelligence. It's actually my ability to deal with setbacks, my ability to deal with failure, and to see opportunities just around every corner, to fall down, to get back up. My ability to work on something for such a long period of time, patiently till I get the result I'm looking for. That's my biggest superpower. And I hope that it's yours as well. Now, they told me this whole session is about AI. And so it's all about learning something new. And before we get into what you should learn and what you may need to unlearn, first I want to understand, and I want both all of us to understand just how enormous this entire artificial intelligence disruption is. How big is it? Because only when you see the scale of change will you understand what is the scale of opportunity that is waiting for you. And trust me, it's mind blowing. Today's world, it's changing so quickly that even adults struggle to imagine what tomorrow is going to be like. Some scientists believe that AI is going to become so fast, so smart that it will reshape everything around us in ways that we can barely predict. Imagine a mind, okay, that's improving itself every single second, like a super genius living on earth. Okay, that's the kind of transformation. That is the kind of transformation that we're talking about. And this is what we call super intelligence, growing every second. You might have heard of all of these reports which come. 65% of children in kindergarten right now will end up working in jobs that don't even exist today. I'm sure all of you read about it. Think about this fact for a minute. The careers you will choose, the teams you will lead, the innovations you will create, none of them actually have the names yet. The skills of tomorrow are going to change faster than you can even keep up with it. It's really, really exciting. Even the wisest of thinkers, and you might have heard of him, the historian Yuval Noah Harari, read his book. He says that the world could divide itself into two parts: people who learn how to think deeply and use AI wisely, and those who don't. That's it. And if someday machines do most of the work, humans may actually face a totally new question: what gives our life meaning? What do we do with it all the time? And how do we have purpose? What is the real question? How do you, the high school students of today, future proof yourself when the future itself is changing at lightning speed? How do you keep yourself relevant? And that's what we are here to explore. And I promise you, it's not as hard as you think. The answers are much simpler than you can actually believe. Okay, so let's start with the fact that we can all agree to. Ability is more important than marks and degrees, and all of you will raise your hand when I say please agree with me, right? Creativity will always trump mugging up. Always. A certificate can tell people what you studied, only your ability can show them who you truly are. In a world where chatbots can answer every predictable question, it is only your imagination, your drive, your originality, your ability to solve problems that no one has seen before that will actually make you shine. So, who does the future belong to? The future belongs to those who can think beyond the textbook, for those who can connect ideas, for those who can lead with empathy. All of you know what's empathy. Empathy is about understanding how the other person feels by putting yourself in their place. AI can never do that. It belongs to those who can stay curious, for those who can stay fearless when everything around them keeps changing. These are the skills. These are the skills that you can build every single day, through every challenge, through every mistake, and every moment you choose to keep going instead of giving up. To think of it, the future always belonged to those who thought beyond the textbook, right? Look at every leader around you. So, yes, everything has changed, yet nothing has changed. However, remember one thing, and this is a very famous Spider Man dialogue. All of you know this. Do you know this? With great power comes great responsibility. Yes, and with great technology also comes great responsibility. Now, more than ever before, you will have your own learning path and you'll have to own it. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your tuition classes. You, as a student, will have to own it. Technology, it can guide you, it can support you, it can teach you, but only you can decide how far you want to go. You'll have to explore, you'll have to try, you'll have to fail, you'll have to try again, you have to keep trying. And through that process, you're going to discover that you can do incredible things, whatever you choose to. Now, before I go further, I want to take you back in time. I want to take you a moment. I want to show you something that very few people your age have seen. This is from almost 10 years ago, before there was an app, before everything went digital. So let me first share my screen and play this video to you.
If I keep on adding circles inside, the last one being just a point, so you're looking at 5 circles here. What is important is, now if I just write 2 simple terms here, cut the diagram and open the diagram like this, using, let's say, a radius, you can convert like circle to something like this. When you open the circle, first it will become like this, then it will become like this. So circle, when you open it up, it will become a line. You can easily visualize this, and they'll become shorter and shorter, like as I'm showing here. And finally, they'll become so short that it'll just be a point. You can put an equal sign here. So circle became a triangle.
All of you saw that video, but it is not a concert or a sports match where you saw so many students sitting together. It was a classroom of dreamers. Before BYJU'S became India's most loved learning app, learning happened in the most unexpected place, in stadiums. Your seniors used to come with notebooks, water bottles, big dreams, and they filled entire auditoriums just to learn math and science together. Thousands sitting shoulder to shoulder, learning not because somebody forced them to learn, but because they wanted to learn. That spirit of curiosity, the hunger to grow, of believing that education can change your life is what built BYJU'S. And we took that same energy, we put it into an app. Millions and millions of students across India joined the journey. Students made BYJU'S what it is, not investors, not buildings. Your excitement, your trust, your determination to learn became the heartbeat that turned a stadium classroom into a national movement. And now, since you've seen where it began, let me show you what happened to that dream, how we went from thousands to millions. This stadium grew into an app and reached every corner of the country. Let me show you that clip as well.
Take a square, take A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. Now join the 4 points. Unshaded region is C square here. Now in the same diagram, if I push this up and bring these two together, if I push this to the right and bring this down, unshaded region A square plus B square equal to C square here.
So now what we're going to do is that we're going to take the string of the guitar, visualize the air parallelly with the slinky as it compresses and gets pulled back, and see both as a graph and watch what we observe. So the string of the guitar moves upwards, compresses air, that's equal to somebody pushing the slinky, pushing it that way, and that's equal to somebody creating a pressure up in the air, and that's going to be represented with a little peak in the graph, as you can see. It's a string to move forward again, so one more compression, one more up. So you will let this run through time, and that's what you will observe.
A revolution in learning. India today for the world tomorrow. But the real fun is not just in creating a billion-dollar company, it's in making an impact in the way millions think and learn.
From 25,000 students in a stadium, we went to 2 million students within a month after the app was launched. And you know how many children learn like that? Even today, 250 million. 250 million children learn because of the power of online learning. Not only that, because of the format in which it's presented, because it's in a way that you would love to learn. And that's what tech can do. And there are so many opportunities in education. I cannot wait to see which of you is going to create the biggest impact over there. So, coming back to the most important skills, and I spoke about never giving up, because how can you beat somebody who never gives up, right? The difference between dreamers and doers, it's persistence. Let me take an example. Nandini from your team, she gave me incessant texts. She didn't stop till I said yes. I don't know how she got my number, but she did not give up. She moved the session for me. So she and her team at IIT Kanpur, Gaurav, Aryan, all of them, they never gave up. They wanted this session to happen. And well, they got what they wanted, didn't they? So, whether you're studying for an exam, preparing for JEE NEET, dealing with multiple expectations, resilience is what turns obstacles into opportunities. This ability to absorb a setback, move forward, it might be the most important skill you can build in this fast changing world. And that's why developing this love for learning, it matters so much. Because when you start seeing difficult problems not like a scary roadblock, not like something that's stopping you, but like interesting puzzles, everything changes. I still remember having spent more than 10 hours from morning to evening on one math problem till I managed to solve it. And the confidence that gave me, just because I did not choose to see the solution, it was sufficient for a lifetime. There's another piece of advice I must give you. You should be genuinely interested in the world, how it works, why people behave the way they behave, why something fails, how it can be fixed. The most successful people in any field, they're not the ones who memorize the most content. They're the ones who stayed curious and kept experimenting, failing, rebuilding, and repeating. Think of Elon Musk. He didn't grow up with a neatly defined career path. What he did have was an intense curiosity about everything: physics, rockets, cars, energy, space, artificial intelligence, everything. Whenever he didn't understand something, he didn't run away from it, he ran towards it. He broke problems into smaller pieces. He questioned every assumption. He kept learning until the answer revealed itself. He read, he explored, he built, he failed, he rebuilt. And that's why he leads the fields that didn't even exist when he was your age. His story should inspire you to have a bias towards action, a willingness to ignore the haters, people who say you cannot do it, and have a die-hard belief that you can just do anything that you dream to do. The possibilities are endless. Each one of you has a different spark, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Some of you are quicker with humor, some of you are more social, you can make friends in minutes. Some of you grasp math, grasp programming effortlessly. But the point is to not put you in a box and say, oh, you're so funny, you should be a comedian, or you're good at coding, that's the only path for you. What is the real lesson? The real lesson is that anything that doesn't come naturally to you is something you can learn with some effort. And learning it is only going to make you stronger. Yes, maybe you're shy, but learning to speak up, it's going to help you lead teams tomorrow. Maybe you struggle with logic, but learning that will help you solve some real world problems. Maybe you're not naturally organized like I am, but building that habit is going to help you navigate a world full of change. The new economy, it's going to be powered by AI. It's going to be not just powered by AI, it's going to be powered by AI, by creativity, by empathy, and by rapid transformation, constant change. And who are the winners going to be? Not the ones who are good at just one thing. The winners are going to be those who are flexible, who are adaptable and open to learning, and brave enough to go beyond what they're comfortable doing. And here's the beauty: you can succeed at anything that you're willing to try. When you are a student, you are judged by how well you answer questions. But in life, you are judged by how good your questions are. And remember this: never stop asking good questions. In the classroom, you are rewarded for getting everything right. But in the real world, progress comes from people who dare to ask, why is this done this way? What if we did it another way? What if we tried something different? So you're going to unlearn a lot of things as you come out of school. Good questions, they open doors. Great questions build companies, discover medicines, solve problems, launch rockets, spark revolutions, all of that. So don't just aim to be the person with the right answers. Okay? You need to dare to be the one with the brave and good questions. And that's how you lead. And that's how you innovate. And that's how you're going to change the world. Now, before I close, I also want you to remember how lucky we are to be building our dreams in India at this very moment in history. There's never been a more exciting time to be young in our country. India is the world's youngest nation. You know that. It's the world's fastest growing major economy and one of the most dynamic startup ecosystems on the planet. But more importantly, it's a place where ideas matter, where talent can come from anywhere. Anyone, absolutely anyone, can build something world class with belief and hard work. When we started our journey, we made a conscious choice to build in India, to build for India. And looking back, it's been the best choice of our lives. Because this is a country which rewards courage, celebrates innovation, and gives every single dream a fighting chance. Each one of you sitting here today has the opportunity to build something that can start in a classroom and reach the world. As our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji says, the future belongs to those who dream big and the courage to turn those dreams into reality. So, stay curious, think deeply, ask boldly, learn daily, and above all, be brave. I'm cheering for all of you. And with that, I leave you with a wish. And the wish is very simple: make in India, dream for India, build for the world. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your insightful knowledge sharing with our students of IEC. And I think some students have questions here. Like, I'll ask them for you. So, many of the students here have a similar doubt, like how do we convince our parents to let us, allow us to go into this entrepreneurship field? Like starting your own business is kind of risky and tricky, right? So, yeah.
Yes. No, it's a very good question. I want to tell you about my story, okay? So I did my engineering, okay, and I'm a topper and I'm a rank holder. And I was doing my undergraduation in engineering and biotechnology. And I wanted to go abroad and pursue my masters. I got a seat in literally every college. But then I managed to convince my parents, and especially my father, who's a doctor. He has more degrees than the length of his name. So it was a very difficult decision to take. But if you ask me, I feel parents today understand entrepreneurship much better than when I started, which is almost 18 years ago. At that time, it was seen as a very big risk. When we started, there was nothing. It was just a small group of people who believed in a big dream of changing the way students learn. Today, the opportunity is so much that even our parents understand AI and they know that the future is AI. So, having a conversation with them about what you're doing is going to change the world. And we have so many examples. Look at all the young leaders. They're all coming from very very young children are disrupting the way we are leading and doing things. So if anything, I feel the conversation is easier today than when I was your age, when it wasn't really a big trend to leave your dream job or dream college and start a company. I feel it's going to be much easier. But again, if there is any parent who's not agreeing with you, reach out to me and I'll help you convince them.
Sure, ma'am. So, like, how do you identify whether a business idea is worth pursuing?
any
The
business
phase.
where yeah any business where you should ask yourself, okay, ask yourself this question: am I addressing a need in society? Am I going to create change with the products and services that I'm creating? And in this business, can I do well and can I do good? It is very important that, yes, you create a business with a strong business impact, but your business should also create a social impact. And the minute you start doing well and doing good, you know that you have a business idea that's going to change the world.
One more. What was the turning point that helped your business grow?
The turning point was something that I showed you guys. It was the point where, and actually there were many turning points, but let me tell you about the biggest one. It is when we decided to disrupt ourselves, right? And we were a very successful, profitable business. You all should know that we did not fundraise when we started the company. It's been almost 20 years of journey as a startup founder, as an entrepreneur. And the first almost 10 years were bootstrapped, where we did not raise external funds. We were self funded, we put the money back, we were bootstrapped, we were completely in control, and we built. Now, the turning point came when we realized that if we continue the way we were continuing, we are only going to increase in thousands. But the dream was to increase in millions, to create an impact across the world. So we disrupted ourselves and we moved from classrooms and stadiums into smartphones. We entered the homes of every family through the app. And that was the point when even Digital India was taking off. And I spoke to you about India, right? India's growth, digital growth, and the company's growth, BYJU'S growth were strongly intertwined. They both started in the same year, 2015. So for us, that was the biggest turning point. There were many, but this is one that definitely stands out.
Yeah, ma'am. So one more, like how can we gain skills and knowledge according to modern technology?
How can we gain skills and knowledge?
According to modern technology.
You can learn anything if you decide that you want to learn it. And in today's world, with access, a child anywhere has it's almost like the world is flat, right? Everybody has access to the same resources. For me, learning something new is about dedicating time to learn something new. If you decide that you want to learn something and you give yourself 30 minutes daily to learn that, there are enough and more resources to learn that. And yes, it's most important to stay on top of the game, because if you don't learn new technologies, like even if you talk about artificial intelligence, you want to be its boss, right? You don't want it to be the other way around. So the best way is to learn something new so that you're in control of it, you understand it, rather than the other way around. So dedicating time would be point number 1. Deciding to dedicate time. People who tell you that they do not have time to do something, it's because that is not that important to them. If something is important to you, you will definitely find time for it. And depending on the skills that you want to develop, there are enough resources available all over the place. uh, and like I said, if you want any help, reach out to me. I'm there. I'm available on Instagram, and I will try to revert to you and help you if there's something that you want to learn.
Sure, ma'am. I think students find that helpful. And one question I have in mind is that when will Byju's be back?
We never went anywhere.
Yeah, that's so. Thank you so much, Divya ma'am, for sharing your insights, your experiences, and your journey with us today. Your words have genuinely inspired everyone here, and we are grateful for the time you have taken to guide us. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandini, for persisting and making sure this happened.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hmm. Uh, so the YC round two announcements are already available in the website. The results are already available in website, and the team leaders' names are mentioned there. And if you're an individual participant, your name would be also be mentioned there. And we will be adding all of them to a WhatsApp group soon. Thank you.